Is there a microwave in the room? A microwave.
방에 전자레인지가 있나요?
Is there a microwave in the room? Is there a swimming pool in the hotel? Is there a hairdryer in the room? Is there a 24-hour front desk service? Is there a gym in the hotel? Is there a shuttle service to the airport? Are there any smoking areas in the hotel? Smoking areas.
호텔에 흡연구역이 있나요?
Are there any smoking areas in the hotel? Are there any sightseeing tours leaving from the hotel? Are there any restaurants in the hotel? Are there any rooms available for tonight? Are there any additional fees for using the minibar? Are there any bus stops nearby? Do you have any vacancies? Vacancies.
빈 방이 있나요?
Do you have any vacancies? Do you have any quiet rooms available? Do you have a room with 2 double beds? Do you have a pool? Do you have a shuttle service to the airport? Do you have a late checkout policy? Is it included? Is breakfast included? Breakfast.
조식이 포함되어 있나요?
Is breakfast included? Is tax included? Is the service charge included? Is the room ready? Is the view nice? Is the parking free? Is it allowed to smoke here? I'd like to check in. Check in.
체크인하고 싶습니다.
I'd like to check in. I'd like to confirm my reservation. I'd like to extend my stay for one more night. I'd like to check out later. I'd like to change rooms, please. I'd like a suite with an ocean view, please. I'd like a room with a view. I'd like an extra towel. I have a reservation under the name of John. A reservation.
존 이름으로 예약이 있어요.
I have a reservation under the name of John. I have a confirmation number. I have a request for an extra blanket. I have my room key here. I have my passport here. I have the confirmation email on my phone. I have a complaint about the noise. I need a towel, please. A towel.
수건 좀 부탁드립니다.
I need a towel, please. I need a repair for the shower, please. I need a wake-up call at 6 a.m., please. I need a new roll of toilet paper, please. I need a repair for the air conditioner, please. I need the Wi-Fi password, please. I need more water, please. What time is the check-in? The check-in.
체크인 시간은 몇 시인가요?
What time is the check-in? What time is check-out? What time is breakfast served? What time does breakfast start and end? What time is the pool opening? What time is the restaurant's closing? What is the Wi-Fi password? The Wi-Fi password.
와이파이 비밀번호가 무엇인가요?
What is the Wi-Fi password? What is the cancellation policy? What is the room number? What is the name on the reservation? What is the room rate? What is the nearest subway station? What are the fitness center hours? When do you serve breakfast? Serve breakfast.
언제 아침 식사를 제공하나요?
When do you serve breakfast? When do you usually clean the rooms? When do you run the airport shuttle? When do you deliver the requested item? When do you close the swimming pool? When does breakfast start? When does breakfast end? When is check-out? Check-out.
체크아웃은 언제인가요?
When is checkout? When is breakfast? When is housekeeping coming? When is the next shuttle to the airport? When is the pool open? When is my refund due? How much is the room charge per night? The room charge.
하룻밤 숙박 요금은 얼마인가요?
How much is the room charge per night? How much is the fee for late checkout? How much is the extra bed? How much is the deposit? How much is the cancellation fee? How much is the breakfast if it's not included? How much is it a night? How long do you expect to stay? Expect to stay.
얼마나 오래 머무를 건가요?
How long do you expect to stay? How long do you expect to process the refund? How long do you take to deliver room service? How long do you need for laundry service? How long do you plan to stay? How long does it take to walk to the nearest restaurant? Can I have more towels? More towels.
수건을 더 받을 수 있을까요?
Can I have an extra key? Can I have a late checkout? Can I have a non-smoking room? Can I have an iron and an ironing board? Can I have the Wi-Fi password? Can I have more towels? Can I request an early check-in? An early check-in.
얼리 체크인을 요청할 수 있나요?
Can I request an early check-in? Can I request a room away from the elevator? Can I request a room with a view? Can I request a room on a higher floor? Can I request a late checkout? Can I request a room on a high floor? Can I use Wi-Fi in the room? Wi-Fi.
방에서 와이파이를 사용할 수 있나요?
Can I use Wi-Fi in the room? Can I use the pool now? Can I use the gym before check-in? Can I use this computer in the business center? Can I use your pen for a moment? Can I use the communal kitchen? Can I use the hotel's umbrella? Can I move to another room? Another room.
다른 방으로 옮길 수 있을까요?
Can I move to another room? Can I move to a quieter room? Can I move to a room with a king-size bed? Can I move to a higher floor? Can I move the desk slightly? Can I move the small table? Can I move this chair closer to the window? Can I move my car to a different spot? Could you bring me some towels, please? Some towels.
수건 좀 가져다 주시겠어요?
Could you bring me some towels, please? Could you bring me a toothbrush set? Could you bring me some towels? Could you bring me some more toilet paper? Could you bring me some extra blankets, please? Could you bring me some bottled water? Could you bring my baggage up to my room? Could you help me with my luggage? My luggage.
제 짐을 도와주실 수 있나요?
Could you help me with my luggage? Could you help me with the air conditioning? Could you help me with my TV remote? Could you help me with directions? Could you help me with finding a local restaurant? Could you help me find my room? Could you help me operate the TV? Could you call a taxi here? A taxi.
여기로 택시를 불러주실 수 있나요?
Could you call a taxi here? Could you call a taxi for me? Could you call a taxi to the airport? Could you call the Korean embassy? Could you call the police? Could you call the housekeeping staff? There is a strange smell in the bathroom. A strange smell.
화장실에서 이상한 냄새가 나요.
There is a strange smell in the bathroom. There is a leak in the sink. There is something wrong with the TV remote. There is too much noise from the next room. There is too much noise in the bathroom. There is no hot water in the shower. There are no towels in the room. Could you keep my luggage? My luggage.
제 짐을 맡아주실 수 있나요?
Could you keep my luggage? Could you keep my baggage after checkout? Could you keep my bags for a few hours? Could you keep my room key? Could you keep the temperature low in my room? Could you keep the air conditioning running? Could you book a taxi for me to the airport? A taxi for me.
저를 위해 공항 가는 택시를 예약해 주실 수 있나요?
Could you book a taxi for me to the airport? Could you book a reservation at the Italian restaurant nearby? Could you book an airport transfer for us? Could you book a city tour for me? Could you book a table for 2 at 7 p.m.? Could you book the city tour for me tomorrow? Could you recommend a good restaurant nearby? A good restaurant.
근처에 좋은 식당을 추천해 주실 수 있나요?
Could you recommend a good restaurant nearby? Could you recommend a nice coffee shop? Could you recommend a restaurant that is open late? Could you recommend a nice park to walk around? Could you recommend a place for seafood? Could you recommend an affordable brunch spot nearby? Could you recommend some local attractions? The toilet doesn't work. Doesn't work.
변기가 고장 났어요.
The toilet doesn't work. The air conditioner doesn't work. The key card doesn't work. The lights don't work. The remote control doesn't work. The Wi-Fi doesn't work. The heater doesn't work. The heater isn't working. Isn't working.
난방기가 작동하지 않고 있어요.
The heater isn't working. The air conditioning isn't working. The shower drain isn't working. The refrigerator isn't working. The lights aren't working. The Wi-Fi isn't working in my room. My keycard isn't working anymore. We don't have enough towels. Towels.
수건이 충분하지 않아요.
We don't have enough towels. We don't have enough hangers in the closet. We don't have enough water. We don't have enough hangers in the closet. The room doesn't have enough lighting. The room doesn't have enough towels. The bathroom doesn't have enough soap. I left my key in the room. My key.
방에 키를 두고 왔어요.
I left my key in the room. I left my passport in the lobby. I left my phone charger next to the bed. I lost my room key. I lost my wallet. I lost my credit card. I found a purse in the lobby. I left my small backpack at the check-in counter.